What should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Lenz and you're watching Get Germanized 10 Things You Only Find in Germany. Truly. First up, fit girls getting ready for Oktoberfest at the gym. Wait, what? I don't mean just to look good in their dirndls or lederhosen, I mean just to be able to work at Oktoberfest as a waitress, because it is so hard to do that. You don't even know. Have you ever seen these pictures where beer maidens carry around like 12 steins filled with beer and just serve it as if it was nothing? Well, there's a reason for that, because of course people train for Oktoberfest. If you intend to work there, you better bring the strength. If you cannot lift 12 steins for, well, an extended period of time, you won't be a good waiter or waitress. Either male or female personnel needs to be strong. Speaking about being strong, next up, finger wrestling, also known as Fingerhakeln in Bavaria. The competitors of this championship lock their fingers and pull into opposite directions until one fails. I've also seen them use like a rubber band in between the fingers, but mainly it's about finger strength. Apparently this game stems from a tradition of the old guild of lumberjacks, which were considered to be particularly strong men, and they showed off their strength with Fingerhakeln. I'm not sure why Fingerhakeln is the weapon of choice here, but who am I to question these strong lumberjacks? They even had a song that went something like this: he's a woodcutter during the day and sleeps at night and hacks during the day. So, or hacks during the day. Hacken is to chop wood and haken is to hook. So they did both. They chopped the wood and hooked the fingers. Strong men. Whoa. Apparently this is also how quarrels used to be fought out in the Alpine country. So if you had distress with your neighbor, a fight, then let's see who's stronger at Fingerhakeln. Maybe people should do that instead of war these days. The next thing that you will only find in Germany is a sausage and meat vending machine. Have you ever seen that? I even have one in my town here, I promise. They sell barbecue meat, they sell sausages, all different kinds of stuff. The shop itself can be closed, and well, there's a vending machine in front sometimes, and mostly butcher's shop, and then you put some money in and you get your meat. And the meat is fresh, by the way, and cooled, just so you know. I've seen beer vending machines before in Bavaria, but I was surprised to also see a meat vending machine here in the north. Fantastic. Next up, something you will only find in Germany is a pumpkin boat race challenge. What? Yes. People go carve out massive pumpkins that were probably only grown for this purpose, and then climb inside, go in the water and paddle, and then race each other. Yes, that is a thing that happens here in Germany. I know. This is actually an entire pumpkin festival that runs from August to early November and includes activities like a giant pumpkin contest, so who can grow the biggest pumpkin, and pumpkin smashing, pumpkin racing, maybe even pumpkin eating, I'm not sure. By the way, the pumpkin race takes place in front of the Baroque Palace of Ludwigsburg. So if you just feel in your guts, if you know that you will be the next champion of pumpkin racing, then you know where you need to go. The next thing that you will only find in Germany is a deer calling championship as part of the Jagd und Hund fair. Here people blow into adjustable length plastic tubes to imitate the mating call of a deer. Perfect. By the way, you don't have to be a hunter to take part in the championship. Basically everyone who thinks they sound like a deer can do it. Next up, something that you will only find in Germany: flavored foods. Well, let me explain. Especially flavored foods. Wow, flavored foods, Dominic, wow. No, I mean, for example, currywurst flavored chips, or chocolate that has pretzel pieces and salt in it. Delicious. And some of these flavors are well beloved by Germans. For example, also these little chips that look like bears, for example, with tomato taste, very yummy, and probably something you don't find very often outside of Deutschland. Or do you? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, something you will only find in Germany is the narrowest street in the world. At its narrowest point, it's about 31 centimeters wide, so not that much. You need to squeeze through it, and some people might not even fit at all. It's the Spreuerhofstraße in Reutlingen, if you want to try your luck. It is known as the world's narrowest road in the Guinness Book of Records, and is about 40 meters long. So also not that long, and also not that wide. Next up, something we only have in Germany, something very interesting, might I say. It is fake bus stops. What could a fake bus stop be used for? So basically a bus stop that looks like a normal bus stop with fake timetables, fake everything. There will never be a bus that stops there. I mean, maybe if the bus driver is tricked, but I don't think so. And it still exists. Well, actually, this was invented for dementia patients. So if they start to wander around and forget where they are maybe, or want to go somewhere else, they want to go home but forgot that maybe they don't even have a home anymore, or that, well, they don't have anyone to go back to, then it is kind of sad, I admit, but they sit then in front of this bus stop, and the people working in the facilities know then where they might have gone, because they often try to leave and then take the bus, and then can collect them. It is kind of sad. But I mean, better than them wandering off into the streets or city, right? Topic of controversy in the medical community and in the nursing community, because what do you think? Is it right to trick them like this? Or is it morally just a bit difficult? Next up, something we only have in Germany, raw pork hedgehogs. Yes, you have heard me right, pork hedgehogs, edible. Most of it at least, because sometimes people like form a loaf that kind of looks like a hedgehog and then prick in little toothpicks, and of course you can't eat those, but it's an artistic masterpiece that looks like a hedgehog. Fantastic. So because I mean, in Germany we have this tradition of Mettfrühstück. Mettfrühstück is, well, to have bread rolls, often just plain white bread rolls with butter, sometimes even no butter, and then put raw pork on it, salted and peppered with onions. If it's fresh, it's not dangerous to eat at all, and some people swear by it. It's very delicious, apparently. I mean, I find it okay. I'm not a big fan because the consistency is kind of like mushy and stuff, and it's not my favorite, but it exists, and sometimes people think they are cute and they form little hedgehogs and other things out of the raw pork. Macabre or funny? Let me know in the comments below. Last but not least, something we only have in Germany. One of my favorite things in this list actually is the Devil's Wheel, das Teufelsrad. I have also before mentioned it in my videos about the Oktoberfest, because it is an attraction that, well, exists at the Oktoberfest, but also at a few other fairs around Germany. Back in the day, it's been more common, but since it's a little bit, well, dangerous at times, I think that might be the reason why it's been removed from some fairs. The Teufelsrad is actually a circular rotating platform that has been erected around a circular, also, spectator ring. So basically a tent, and then the spectator ring is around the Devil's Wheel, and on the Devil's Wheel is a bunch of people that wanna, well, be the last on the Devil's Wheel, because of course of the rotational forces. You get thrown off it at some point. And I've heard of people breaking bones and people falling onto each other and breaking bones and stuff like that before, so be careful if you go on one of those. I've actually been on one. You can watch my video about me being on the Devil's Wheel here in the card. Let me know what you think. It's a fun thing to do, but be careful. So which of these things that you can only find in Germany was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Check out my Instagram page for more fun videos, reels, pictures, everything about life in Germany and my private life as well. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.